Hope all the participants are enjoying the session. Please put your responses on the chat. Whatever feedback you want to give, any correction, any changes. Do you all want the Photoshop to be in depth like the way Mayuri conducted yesterday? Do you want the design thinking to be in depth like the way Vinika conducted it? Are you all happy with the flow of the things that are going on? Okay, for Photoshop, the suggestion is to go a little slow and everybody is enjoying it. I'd just like to tell the participants that sharing the PPT is the total, you can say, discretion of the resource people. And they've already shared that they will not be sharing the PPT. So please attend it and you can make your own notes as and when whatever is being spoken or shown. Yeah, I think it's time. And Vinika, let's not wait. For those who have joined before time, I think we need to start. So wish you all the best, all of you all.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 2. Thank you for such a lovely feedback and such a lovely response. We are more than happy that you guys are enjoying it. Yes. So today's session, I will just give a glimpse of it in short, like how we saw elements of design yesterday, how we saw different things, different elements were there. The color element was there, the typo element was there, the font element was there. All of these different elements were there. Now, today we are going to see even 2-3 more interesting elements. And there are some very interesting tactics which you guys as an advertiser, as a brand, as a person, as an entrepreneur can actually think and remember and use it for your business, which is definitely going to make, get those, if you use those tactics, it's definitely going to yield you some really good outcome and the strategy would be really awesome. I have been using it for a lot of my clients and it's always worked for me. So would be sharing the same tactics with you guys. And yes, today we will be making creators, which would be done by Mayuri. So Mayuri is going to, we target to show you guys 2 creatives and we expect you guys to make those creators along with us. So Mayuri has already designed 2 creators and step by step, she's going to show you how to make those creators on Photoshop. There were some people who were having some issues with Photoshop downloading even today. If it's still not solved, you guys can ask Mayuri. She can help you and she will guide you on the same. Okay, let's start the session. So I'm going to take some really interesting elements today, just like color and line and font. And I would really appreciate if you guys make it interactive as yesterday and, make it a 2-way session. First and the foremost element for today is the element of shape. Now, we all have learned shapes in our life. We all have come across shapes in our life. There are geometric shapes like square, rectangle, circle, triangle. We all are aware of it. I really don't need to go depth in that. But the most interesting twist to a shape and the most interesting part of a shape is there are 2 types of shapes. First is organic shape and second is geometric shapes. I'm repeating, there are 2 types of shapes. First is organic shapes and second is geometric shapes. Now, organic shapes, all the geometric shapes we have always been studying from our childhood. Really don't need to mention about it. But organic shapes don't have any width, don't have any height. They all can be in any form, in any loose form or in any way you wish to create them. That all are in the form of an organic shape. It can be a twirl, it can be a moustache, all of these things that you are even seeing on the screen right now. They all are a part of your organic shape. Let me show you with an example. So I really love this example of the brand Lego, wherein they've actually shown a shadow of a dinosaur. Now, this is just to give a creative turn to the, this is just to give a creative twist to the creative, wherein you place the object, you place the product of a particular brand, and in a shadow, instead of making it a generic, yeah.
Are you sharing screen? Because we can't see anything.
I am sharing screen, but I'll reshare it.
We have not yet seen anything.
Okay, sorry, I'll just repeat it.
Did you show any other slide before this?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, okay, fine, fine.
Okay, I'll just repeat it. Okay, so guys, as I just said, we are okay. So I'll just repeat it for those who weren't able to see. So there are two types of shapes: organic shapes and geometric shapes. Organic shapes don't have any proportion, don't have any depth, don't have any width or size. They can be as creative or as innovative in nature as you guys want it to be. The same example is on the screen. What I was explaining further was this example of the brand Lego, which is very beautiful and artistically created. Now, we all know that whenever we place a glass on the table, that glass also has a particular shadow. Any object has a particular shadow. But just imagine how if we converted that shadow into a very intuitive shape, or how if we converted that shadow in a very creative shape. That would actually be, very innovative, that would actually break the monotony of all the creatives that you have been putting on the page on a regular basis. And some kinds of such creative would actually gauge you more engagement also. I mentioned in my last class there are only 12 set of ads that help you gauge the most number of engagement, or only 12 set of ads actually gain your attention. Now, to be a part of those 12 set of ads, we have to be as creative as possible in our advertising or designing, whatever it comes. So this is shapes. I really like this another example also. I want you guys to observe it first and write it to me on the chat. What do you find? Or what do you observe from this particular creative? Sorry, I'll share the screen again. Okay, so a lot of people are wearing jeans, stain, virus, color stain. Okay, guys, if you observe, you guys are absolutely right. But if you observe, the stain is also in the format of an ink. How a ink bomb, if you now read the copy, which is written in a very small letters on the creative, turns in back into a denim. I'm repeating, turns ink back into a denim. That's nothing but whenever an ink is blot or a blot of ink is spread on a jeans, it exactly takes this shape. So just keeping the shape principle in the mind, it allows Arial to get your ink blot back into a denim to what it was without leaving a stain. It's a very smart ad. Imagine if this ad was shown to be, where a jeans is placed and then an ink blot is being put on, and on another side of the creative, the ink blot was just off. It would have been so many elements to show. Last lecture also, yesterday also, I told you guys, be as minimalistic as possible when you're creating ads, and this is one of the major examples where even elements of shape come into the picture, which help you create as minimal design, just like the space principle that we saw yesterday. Now I'm going a little further to the next element, which is the element of balance. One of the most logical element, but one of the most unseen or unregistered element is what I can name this, is the element of space. Now, two factors are really important in this element. First is symmetry, and second is asymmetry. I'm repeating, first is symmetry and second is asymmetry. Symmetry is nothing but it's just like a butterfly. How you see, if you cut a butterfly into half, you will still find both the sides of the butterfly are same in proportion, same in height, same in width, everything is same. It is just like a opposite mirror image. That is symmetry. One side of the creative is same, other side of the creative is also the same. Just like a human body, if we cut ourselves into two pieces, we will still be there in the same proportion. Our height won't change, our width won't change, our depth won't change, nothing will change. We will just be the replica or the mirror of one side of the body and another side of the body. Next is asymmetry. What is asymmetry? Asymmetry is nothing but, as you can see guys in the icon, one side of the creative, the image is slightly larger in size, and to balance that slightly large size object, the other side of the creative, the two small objects are placed which are slightly smaller in size. I'm repeating, one side of the creative, the image or the object that is placed is slightly larger in size, and the other part of the creative where the objects are placed are slightly smaller in size, just to create a perfect balance between both of this. To show you guys an example, this is one of the creative. Tell me into which of these two it lies. It lies in symmetry or asymmetry. Yeah, Ayush, it can be of the same width but different sizes. Anushka says symmetry. This is symmetry, guys. It's not asymmetry for those who said asymmetry. I just said if you cut a human body into two parts, it's still going to be the mirror image of another part. It's not going to be. This girl is just one female, and the text is written on that in a very beautiful way. But if you cut this image into half, it's still going to be a replica of the other side of the creative. This is a perfect example of symmetry. Maximum of you guys have guessed it right. Let me take another example and now tell me which balance theory does this creative fall into. It's little tricky, but you guys can guess it. Yes, absolutely right. All of you guys said it. It's asymmetry. So one side, if you look at the bottom part of the creative, slightly it is bigger in size. And as you go towards the upward creative or the upper side of the bottle, it slightly gets smaller. So the depth can be same, but sometimes the shape and the size is different of the objects that is played. So sometimes even this logic or this brief is given to the agency or is given to a particular brand, saying that use the principle in which the product is also shown, but the balance of the creative is also mentioned well or is maintained well in the creative. So with that logic or with that element, this element is known as balance, which has two important sections. First is symmetry and second is asymmetry. I hope everybody is almost clear with it because you guys have answered it right. So first we saw the element of shape and second we saw the element of balance. The third most interesting element of design is, which I just mentioned yesterday, that we have two parts of the brain, the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. And subconscious mind really triggers the decision making for a brand to the conscious mind. I'm repeating, the subconscious mind really triggered the decision making for a brand to a conscious mind. With repetition as a principle, this particular objective or this particular problem can be addressed. Now, repetition works in three ways. It's not as complicated as it seems on the screen, but it's simple to understand. First is limited. Either you repeat one or two objects in the same creative multiple times, that's limited. You repeat it once or twice, and that's the end of it. That falls under repetition. First is limited. Second is motive. Motive, as you can see in the icon, it is just like a flower, but all the size, all the shapes, all the objects that are taken are just taken in the same shape, same size, but are given a pattern or are given a motive to it, is given an artwork to it. So it is repeated in a particular format. It's repeated in a very artistic format. That's nothing but a motive. Any object, I'm repeating, any object which is repeated in the most artistic format is known as a motive. Motive is nothing but the same object can be of different colors, but same size, same shape is repeated in an artistic or a motive format. Can be flower, can be triangle, can be square, can be any shape. That's not the matter. Yeah. Next is pattern. Pattern is nothing but one or two objects are repeated, giving it a certain pattern, as you guys can see it as in the icon. I'm repeating, one or two objects are repeated in a certain pattern, as you can see in the icon. It can be repeated in the checks pattern, it can be repeated in a zigzag pattern, it can be repeated in the diagonal pattern. That's as per the designer and as per the creative guy, but this is exactly how it works. I'm repeating all the three again. First is limited. In the repetition principle, limited is nothing but one or two objects are repeated in the same creative, but they are only repeated once or twice. They are not repeated more than once or twice, but it's just repeated either one time or two times. So not more than two or three times that particular object or subject is repeated. Second is motive. Motive is nothing but all the elements in the creative are given a very artistic shape and are repeated in the same shape and the same size. Only the colors can be different when it comes to a motive, but it's repeated in the same shape and the same size. Last but not the least is the pattern. Pattern is nothing but you give a certain pattern by repeating one or two elements. Either you give it a square pattern, or you give it a zigzag pattern, or you give it a diagonal pattern, or you give it a horizontal pattern. So you give a pattern in the way one or two objects are repeating, and you make it a beautiful creative. Let's look at an example for whatever I've explained. Limited, motive, and pattern. One of the best examples that I love of this brand is Coca-Cola, and here is the creative. Now, if you see this creative, all the brands generally they tap on all the topical days. Like for example, if today and tomorrow is Janmashtami, all the brands you must have seen advertising about Janmashtami. If Independence Day is around the corner, all the brands you must have seen been advertising about Independence Day. This ad, yes, Ayush, as you rightly said, is done on a World Smile Day. Now it's given a pattern of a smile. Okay, and the bottles of Coca-Cola are repeated. Again, they have not shown the actual product image, but they have used a clip art for the brand. Now, if you see the clip art, even if I don't desire to buy a Coca-Cola, by seeing this ad, the brand is very smartly fitting into the subconscious head of me. Because if I next time go to a shop, even if I had not been desiring for having Coca-Cola, but by just seeing the bottle of Coca-Cola, I might actually, feel like buying it. So repetition as a principle is used the best when brands want to create a desire in the minds of the people. I'm repeating, repetition as a principle is used the best when brands want to create a desire in the minds of a particular person, and they want the consumer to actually make a purchase decision with a brand. So that's exactly when things are repeated, because if we keep on seeing one image again and again and again, it fits into our head, and when it fits into our head, it creates a desire in our head. It's as simple as that to understand. But these are all small psychological logics which are applied by advertisers in order to sell a product. And these all logical things are supported by principle. So this is no type of repetition. It can be motive, it can be pattern, but this is exactly how a repetition ad works. Now, repetition just had three types, but this is exactly how a repetition ad example is there. So first I taught was shape. Second I taught was balance, in which I showed two things, which was symmetry and asymmetry. Symmetry is like a mirror thing, and asymmetry is just balancing two objects of different shapes or different sizes, not shapes, sorry. And last one I taught was repetition, which had three things: limited, motive, and pattern. Limited was nothing repeating once or twice. Motive was like a beautiful flower or an artistic work that you saw. And pattern was any design which the particular image or the object is repeated in. So that was repetition. Now, the last one, but the most used one in the industry, is the principle of direction. Now, if you guys have the all Indians, I don't know why, but they love writing so much text in the creative, especially when it's a print ad. I'm sure you all guys must have observed it, and you all guys must be seeing it also. सब brands को लगता है कि सब में सब कुछ ही भर देना चाहिए. I want to fill in everything in that one creative only. There is absolutely no breathing space. When a client does not listen to you, or when a brand demands such stupid things, or when you also feel like putting up something like that in your creative, give it a direction. Now, direction can be given in three ways, or three letters rather. First is the F letter, second is the E letter, and third is the Z letter. I'm repeating, direction is given in three letters. First is given, this is all for text, guys. I'm purely repeating it for text and for images that you use. I'm not repeating it for any design or creative or anything. In the creative, whichever text or whatever image that you put, it's just giving a direction to that, either in the F format, E format, or the Z format. So let me show you an example with the creative that you can see on the screen. So starting from period, two sounds makes it an F. So one and sounds makes it an F. If I scroll down and start from surrounded to Austin, it makes it an E. So F and E is clear. Period say F hoga, and period say he sounds, and surrounded say E hoga. So F and E is done, and this creative very smartly creates a ulta Z, starting from pieces, period, Austin, surrounded. I'm repeating, starting from pieces, period, Austin, surrounded. The reason why that Austin, the whole uh, um the whole space where that Austin is placed on the right hand side. It's just because it is forming a Z pattern. I'm repeating for people who've not understood. Starting from pieces, period, Austin, surrounded. It forms an ulta Z, and F is nothing but starting from period and sounds. It forms an F, and go when you go down, you add one more line to surrounded Austin. It forms an E. So this is nothing but giving a direction to your text. Once you give a direction, an audience actually understands where the momentum or how the momentum of the eye should flow. I'm repeating, once you give the objective or once you give a direction to a creative, the audience understands how the momentum of a particular eye should flow for a particular creative. That's exactly why the principle of direction is so important. Did you guys find this interesting? Did you understand this? Quickly write it to me on the chat. I have other things to show you. Cool, super. Yes, reverse, no, generally reverse E and F is not used. Generally reverse Z is only used, but it's only Z that is used in reverse. No other letters are used in reverse. Generally it's not used. Only Z is used in reverse. Okay, so you can do it that way also, Abhishek, if you want to do, but generally only Z is done in reverse. Next is what I come to is first I started with shapes, then I started with after shapes I started with balance, after balance repetition and direction. This comes and ends to the elements of design, and the elements end over here. So yeah, I covered color, lines, typo, shape, balance, repetition, all of that. Let's go further and see some amazing examples of some bad ads or the bad placement of text and how it has gone wrong. First is this, as you guys can see on the screen. I'm not going to explain this. It's all to the point that you guys can understand. Showing the next one. Now, can anybody tell me on chat why this hoarding comes under a bad design? Imagine a marketer on a brand spending around 50 lakhs to 10 lakhs on a hoarding. And if the hoarding comes to be a disaster where you don't get any response, it's going to be really a very big loss for the brand. It tells to text, exactly. Very good, Shruti. Who else? First, it says smoking kills, and one it says you should not, texting while driving kills, and you should not text while you drive. And once you do that, it's a wrong placement because next you say that, if for more safety measures, place on so and so. Guys, remember, you have only 3 seconds to place to view a particular hoarding. In those 3 seconds, if you're going to have so much text on the hoarding, it's going to be a disaster. Yes, and other is also right. The F is not placed properly. That's why it's become a fashion fart and not a mart. Going further, principle of lines, even when it comes to print, wrongly used changes the whole meaning of the creative. Going to next. Now, in this hoarding, can anybody tell me what makes this hoarding the worst creative? It's a real estate hoarding and it had gone live. Too much text, okay. What else? That's it? Too much text? You guys cannot see anything else? Red is okay. It's not a bad thing to use a red color in a hoarding. They've given an option, direction, monotonous, no images. Okay, great. All of you guys have almost said it. But If you are saying that if you want, do you want to have an infinity pool view on the 25th floor? By just not saying it's not possible, you might as well show a visual image of it, okay? And this is not social media where you're going to actually be able to track how many people have said yes and how many people have said no. It is stupid to write that on a hoarding. Never ever do that. And real estate generally works on images, generally sells on images. So if you are into real estate and if you really want to grow that ahead, show promising images, show desiring images, so show aspirational images where people actually think of investing, onto your project. That's exactly how you show that same thing. Next is this. Now, this went into a print ad, which absolutely changed the whole meaning of the ad. I won't be explaining it further. Grapefruit change into, you guys know what it. So everything is not designed bad, but some creators are designed well. And this is one of the best examples, which I love, of McDonald's. Why? And this creator really connects to me well also. Now, so many times we have so many thoughts going in our mind. You know, right now, when if I'm taking a lecture, at the back of the mind, I have hundred of thoughts that are going in. But between all of this, food is one constant thought which is always there when from the time we get up till the time we sleep. अगर सुबह को उठते तो मम्मी को पूछते हैं ब्रेकफास्ट के लिए क्या है, लंच के लिए क्या है, डिनर के लिए क्या है, इवन दो इट्स नॉट लंच और डिनर टाइम, बट वी स्टिल टेंड टू आस्क. Now, if such a copy which really connects to the user and to the day-to-day things that go in a person's life, if you actually tap onto that copy and bring it up to it in a design, it's the best way to get engagement from the audience. Going further, this is one ad which I really find is very aspirational, is very classy. Why? Whenever you do a product shoot, for all of those guys who are into brands, who are into products, always make sure you leave some space for, leave some space in order to write the text along with the shoot. Never click zoom to cut images. That is stupid to do. Why? Because all the creators do not need fancy templates. Sometimes it's best to leave the creative just the way it is and write a simple text on the creative. That's what really makes a creative look really smart, sleek, and sophisticated. This is one more ad which I really love, except for the character James Bond, which I really adore. But what makes this ad really creative and interesting? Quickly tell me. Lack, okay. Lamp, there is, okay, lamp really, I've never seen the lamp first. Interesting point of view. Flow of the eye, momentum, premium looking, personality, James Bond. Okay, guys, this from an advertising point of view. Now, some people have seen, as you guys have shown me in the chat, some people have seen the watch first, some people have seen the lamp first, some people have just stuck their eyes to James Bond. Now, any celebrity that endorses in a brand anytime creates an aspirational value for people to invest in that brand. For example, if Lux made Deepika Padukone is investing in that brand Lux, not necessarily by using Lux, I'm going to become as beautiful as Deepika Padukone. No, it's impossible to become like her. But if she just creates an aspirational value in our own surroundings, saying that you can look or you can aspire to be like me, that's why she's a part of that brand. Now, with James Bond, also the same logic applies. If I'm a hardcore fan of James Bond, I just look at James Bond and I first will glare at what he's wearing. Then I think that he's wearing some really smart watch that creates a curiosity in my head to know which kind of a watch he's wearing. But exactly that solution is given on the right hand side of the creative, where the name and the brand of the watch is shown. Repetition is used over here. Perfect example of limited. But it's repeated, one image is repeated 2 times, one object is repeated 2 times, but it's repeated in the exact same way to fit into the head that, oh, if he can wear this brand, I can also carry this brand. With that same logic, this whole thing or this whole creative is made. Last, somebody asked me what I just said about this ad. I'll just repeat quickly. Whenever you guys do a product photo shoot, make sure you don't create, like you don't shoot the image cut to cut, or you don't shoot a model into a zoom, a zoom way Why? Because if you do that, you will have to add additional templates, or you will have to add additional white space in the image in order to write the text. Sometimes that might make the image look really shabby. Instead, always leave some space around the model, take a long shot from behind and click such images which will help you, write some text also in the creators, and you really don't need to always use fancy templates. This will help to make a creative look more sophisticated in nature. Yes. Okay. Going further, now here are some interesting tactics which I want to share with all of you guys. And these are three tactics which are extremely important and which are extremely heavily used by all the advertisers in the industry. It's just that nobody speaks about it, but behind the back, everybody knows that what kind of a strategy needs to be used. The first and foremost strategy is to the secret of attracting new consumers. Now, this tactic name is the secret of attracting new consumers. For example, let me explain it to you with an example, and then I'll show more examples. Whenever you guys want to buy a new thing, so you want to buy a new car, you always first will do a research about that car, which cars are first available in the market, how many, which latest models are there, which best companies are selling what rate. You will first decide your budget. You will first decide what you want to buy and which company you want to buy. After that, once you're interested in that particular, you really like one product and you're very interested in knowing about that product more, you will first go and take a test drive. You will know more details about that product. Not only that, your research will not stop over there. You will compare that test drive with other brands or with other cars that you wish to test drive with, just to see which one is better and which one you should invest in. So always a comparison happens in any product, be it a car, any luxury product rather, be it a car or be it a watch or be it anything. You want to first try that product, or be it a phone, you want to first try that phone, just see it, how the features are, what is important, and then compare it with a competitive product. Our job, this is a normal psychology that we all go through or we all must have been through in our life. Our job as a marketer is very important. Uh, why? Because we have to give a rational reasoning to our audience to invest in our product. I'm repeating, our job as a marketer is to give a rational reasoning as to why you should invest in that car. For example, you take this example. You take this example of Lifebuoy and Dettol, guys. How both of these products are in the same field and are from the same industry, but what makes them different is one reason that Lifebuoy gave, and really won over the market strategy was they all claim that they can kill 99.99% germs within, 99%, 99.99% germs by using this product. But nobody said within how much time frame they can actually kill those amount of germs. Remember that Lifebuoy ad where those kids were actually washing their hands, and that one kid is washing the hand with the soap, and then the other kid said, "Tera sabun slow hai kya?" Remember that ad, guys? They just gave all the kids and they just indirectly gave all the parents a reason to invest in the product, that it just takes 10 seconds to kill the germs. And with the kind of what is it, inquisitive nature that kids have in today's generation, 10 seconds also to convince them to wash their hands is like a hats off thing. So that's exactly giving a rational reason why you need to invest in a product. As a marketer, as a designer, as a brand practitioner, I always say the first tactic, if you want to secretly win your consumers, give them a rational reason to invest in your brand. Let's look at one more example to understand this. Sorry. Oh, it's not there, but okay. There is this brand, all these deodorant brands, what they do, they always first state a problem. If you see all the deodorant brands, they generally work on sex and aspirational appeal. Sex appeal, why? Because if a guy applies a deodorant, they just show in the ads that all women are going to be attracted to them. ऐसे real life में कभी नहीं हुआ है and कभी होगा भी नहीं that girls are going to be attracted just by using a particular deodorant. But that's a sex appeal that they use in the ad. Okay, to attract girls towards you, you have to use the deodorant. No, they are giving a psychological rational reasoning saying that you need to smell good in order to, attract a new girl towards you. And to smell good, you need to use the deodorant. But they never say in the ad that, you need to smell good. They always say that, you just apply this and the girl will be attracted. So that's exactly a rational reasoning which the whole deodorant industry also uses. It's exactly hitting the subconscious head. You always need to look good. You always need to smell good in order to attract people, in order to have more girlfriends or boyfriends. That's exactly what they are using. Next is the next tactic, which is the most interesting tactic again, is getting your consumers to act. Now, once you've given them a rational reasoning, now the challenge is how are you going to get those consumers to act? I don't know how many of you guys must have heard in your life the Maslow's theory, but the Maslow's theory has always stated one thing. I don't want you guys to know it also, but just for understanding that any negative stimulus, if you guys have any negative stimulus that you come across, you always tend to react to a negative stimulus. Now, what can be the negative stimulus in our life? For example, what really motivates people? There are two things. Either you go away from the pain or you go towards the gain. Guys, what would motivate you? Write me to in the chat to go either away from the gain or to come towards the pain. Sorry, to go away from the pain or to come towards the gain. What would motivate you? Away, away, away. Okay, towards, towards, towards. Okay, I have mixed reviews. Surprising. Lot of people, अभी भले तुम लोग बोल रहे हो कि towards the gain जाना है, but when you are actually in pain, no, you will feel like ये कभी खत्म होगा and when I'll get relief from the pain. Okay, this is the first thought that comes in our mind when we are in pain, right? So whenever there is pain, you always first think, or the first thing that motivates you, how you will go away from the pain. In ads, exactly, iPhone has been doing that all the years round. It always gives you a negative stimulus in order to invest in the brand. For all the iPhone users, first they will say how boring your phone is and how interesting is iPhone and why you should invest in an iPhone. So first they will show you your phone, which is a very sad and a bad dull color, which makes your life really sad. And then they will show you an iPhone, which really makes your life interesting. Once they do that, they will actually reveal the product also and say, that what is the new iPhone all about and what are the features of the iPhone. This is nothing but instigating a negative stimulus in a particular person, stating the problem and then offering a solution. Exactly like how we saw in the color red yesterday. You state a problem and you offer a solution. That's exactly the second tactic, which is all about negative stimuluses work the best whenever a deadline is around, whenever you want to increase sales, whenever you want to. Guys, just give me a moment. My phone screen is freeze. Okay, can you guys hear me? Yes, I'll just repeat the iPhone part. All the years, iPhone has been just doing one single thing with us. It has been attracting us towards the negative stimulus, and we have been responding to those negative stimulus. Negative stimulus in the terms of it first shows you an image how boring your life is or how difficult your life gets when you have a phone which is not up to the mark. And then they introduce or unveil the page of iPhone. When they do that, they do show the product and they do reveal the product. iPhone has the most minimalistic ads in the world and they do reveal the product, but people still buy Android. But this is exactly on the strategy of psychology that iPhone works on. It's the negative stimulus, stating a problem, difficulties, or making your life uneasy using your sad phone, and offering a solution as to why you should switch on to iPhone. If I don't remember, if I'm not mistaken, iPhone was the first company to come with exclusive EMIs, to come with exclusive ways you can invest in a phone. They don't look at people who are not interested in investing the phone. They always look for premium people who wish to invest in the phone and experience an iPhone. Very few people would not use an iPhone and be tired of an iPhone. But maximum of the crowd, once you start using an iPhone, I really don't need to mention how addictive it is to leave an iPhone. So iPhone always works on negative stimulus. That's nothing but hitting on what is sad currently in your life, stating the current situation of your life, and offering you a solution. So negative stimuluses work the best whenever you guys want to, portray a particular, what do you say? You want to upbring a particular sales, or you want to remove a particular solution, or you want people to react to your ad. This is as per the Maslow's theory. Negative stimulus works the best. So, and human psychology also responds to the thing which is negative first in nature, then which is positive. So with that psychology, it is same applied to the ads which help marketers upbring their sales, which helps brands upbring their sales. My third and the last thing is, how do you make a product look expensive and affordable? Sorry, how do you make a product look premium and affordable? And how do you make a product look, less affordable and expensive? Now, tell me from both of these ads or print ads that you see on the screen, currently, which ad do you think makes you look more expensive, or which product makes it look more expensive? Right one, right, first one, right. Achha, guys, write me right and left. I don't know first and second. Okay, lot of people have said right. There have been some people who said left. Now, guys, understand and listen to this logic. Okay, stop, wait. Understand and listen to this logic. When we say 0 to 1, logically, when we are saying 0 to 1, the graph goes up, right? The graph never goes down 0 to 1. The graph always goes up 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same logic, same psychology is applied over here, wherein if you place any product, as you guys said, on the right hand side, it makes it look more expensive, it makes it look more attractive. And if you place any product on the left hand side, it makes it look more affordable. If you now even relate this same logic to Facebook dashboard, all the maximum ads on Facebook are either on your timeline, but there are some set of ads which can either be placed on the right hand side also in the suggested areas or something like that when you see it from your desktop, not from your mobile. So Facebook also has applied this same logic, this same psychology, wherein whenever you place an ad on the right hand side, always makes it looks more expensive, makes it looks more premium, and then the ad which is placed on the left hand side. This is not my understanding of the brands, but this is what research says, and this is the exact practice even in the magazines that you open. Always a right hand side ad is more expensive than a left hand side ad, and our attention will also first go to the ad which is placed on the right hand side, then the ad which is placed on the left hand side. So I'm not saying to look at the text, I was just saying to look at the ad. But yes, Sheetal, you're right. And both of these backgrounds, angles, everything matters in the product. But generally, the logic is always place your ad on the right hand side to grab attention, because people have a habit of seeing to right hand side things first, then left hand side things. And always, make, if you want to really create a premium look or an expensive look for your ad, it's always better to do that. No, there is no such logic, Dhiren, because of the right-handness of the people. But this is just proven research that people react to right-hand side things first, then they react to the left-hand side things first. That's why also in India, the driving is on the right-hand side and not the left-hand side, right? The psychology of India is also that. The psychology of Indian consumers is also such. Okay, so I'm just repeating the three tactics. The first tactic was to give a rational reasoning to your consumer. The second tactic was to hit on your consumers with a negative stimulus. And the third tactic was, in simple words, what side of the ad makes it look expensive, which is always proven by research that the right hand side of the ad makes it look really expensive than the left hand side of the ad. So that's all about it. These three tactics have been heavily been using in the ad industry since ages. And I'll be really happy if you guys also use it in your professional careers. Now handing over to Mayuri. And Mayuri would be explaining your Photoshop, and she'll be making creatives on the same. Sorry, I was on mute. Okay, Sheetal, I'll answer your question. Why a third tactic is nothing but always place your ads on right hand side to make it look expensive then affordable. Because people first always have a habit of reacting or seeing or noticing things which are on the right hand side, then left hand side. Lastly, why am I not teaching Canva and Photoshop? We can introduce Canva in the class. It's not that difficult. Canva is absolutely no-brainer. We thought we have a very smart audience, and Photoshop is really in. People really work on Photoshop. Canva has its own set of limitations, but yes, Canva is also a beautiful platform to be a part of and use it. Okay, over to Mayuri. Mayuri, I can't hear you. Put your headphones, Mayuri, can't hear you. Mayuri will say what images you guys need and what you guys want. Mayuri can't hear you, but still can't hear you. If you have headphones, no, Mayuri, just plug in your headphones. Headphones. Or just increase your volume. So Ela has a question which is more preferable Illustrator, CorelDRAW, or InDesign. CorelDRAW and InDesign both are very in softwares. CorelDRAW and Illustrator, sorry, are both are very in softwares. InDesign is heavily used for print.
Okay,
If you
now
guys are
I'm
using,
here.
yeah, now
Everyone,
you're audible. Yes, yes.
okay. So हमने कल Photoshop में wait a second. I'm sharing my screen. So you can see my screen, everyone.
Yes.
Okay. So हमने कल Photoshop में बहुत सारे टूल्स सीखे. विनीका ने आपको बहुत सारे एड्स दिखाए. वैसे ही हम आज थोड़े से न्यू टूल्स सीखेंगे. कल हमने शेप्स देखे और टेक्स्ट देखा. वही बेस पे आज हम थोड़े से नए क्रिएटिव्स बनाएंगे. आपने फोटोशॉप एवरीवन सबने प्रैक्टिस किया था कल फोटोशॉप. किसी को नहीं समझा या कुछ था वैसा? एवरीवन यू कैन टेक्स्ट मी. ओके बहुत सारे जनों को क्वेरीज था कि उन्होंने वो लिंक का अप्रोच किया बट वो डाउनलोड नहीं कर पाए. बहुत सारे जनों ने बोला कि वो फ्री ट्रायल अपडेट नहीं हुआ. बट फोटोशॉप इज अ वेरी ह्यूज. तो कभी कभी हमारा पीसी भी हमें सपोर्ट नहीं करता है. तो इट्स ओके. अगर आपके पास अभी फोटोशॉप नहीं है आप खाली नोट डाउन करते रहो. ओके. कर्व रेक्टेंगल के अंदर ही होता है. हम जब फोटोशॉप ऑन करेंगे मैं आपकी वो क्वेरीज दूर कर दूंगी कि वो कहाँ पे
Okay, guys, there has been some technical glitch at the end. Okay, till she comes back, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. So till you guys come back, some people were asking me about Canva. So I'll just introduce Canva shortly and quickly till she comes back because there has been some technical glitch and I don't want you guys to waste your time. So Canva is one amazing software and it's a good software for beginners or for designers to use. I also sometimes use it for my presentations. It's not a bad software. It can be accessed from your phone as well. There is an application which you guys can go on. Actually, you guys can't hear me. 1 second. Okay, but I'm audible. Am I audible? Okay. For people who can't hear me, please check your net connections. Canva is one amazing software which you guys can make use, and it gives a lot of formats in terms of in terms of presentations, social media skills, Facebook posts. It also allows you to create GIFs on Canva, and Canva is really amazing, very quick with creatives. I also use it sometimes when I absolutely, I'm in a hurry to make something. Instagram post, save the date. You can create logos, poster, CD covers, and the list just goes on. I'll just quickly show you all one post or one thing which really works well in Canva is it's slightly tweaked or different from Photoshop, but it is really nice. First is you can choose humongous amount of templates on Canva. Not everything is free. There are some paid campaigns, but there are some paid campaigns, but there are some paid templates as well as free templates. But I'm going to work on a free template because that's available. This is how Canva looks, guys. And you guys can open it on the link known as canva.com. I'll just share the link on the group also with everyone. Yeah, this is a link that I've shared on the group. You guys can directly log into those links. For some people, it might ask to make an account. I already have an account on Canva. If it asks you to make an account, do make an account. But for now, I suggest instead of being busy on your screen, it's a baby software to understand. Just look at the screen for me for a second, and you guys will understand with the way I'm doing it. So I take this template. I can choose from various amount of templates. Say from if I want a food template. Sorry, if I want a food template, I have various option of food templates which are available over here. So I just click on this one template and I'll just work on this one single template. Now, when I am working on this particular template, there are various elements that I'm not happy with and I wish to change. So there are options over here. Either you can upload. First is the option of upload on the left hand side of the screen. Either you can upload an image from your gallery or you can upload any other things or any other videos from your gallery you want. You can upload an image, which is no brainer. Second is photos. Just like freepik.com, Canva also allows us to give a stock image photo in terms of you can have pictures. It has its own stock image, which is absolutely free and accessible to use. First, if you type onto food or you type onto pizza, you will get stock images on that. And you guys can use those stock images, which are freely available. It's taking some time to load, but it will load. From burger, french fries, pizza, pasta, cereals, sushi, anything you name it, and you have all these images that will load. And you guys can use this image. Okay. Yes, Kushal, Adobe Spark is also very similar, and that is also one of a good software to use. So everyone, till the time these images are loading, guys, make a note of it. You guys can make use of Adobe Spark Pro. Again, it can be downloaded on the phone. It is a sister software like Canva, and both of these softwares are extremely good to understand and to learn. So I got this one sushi image. I just click on this image and I just drag it over here. The best part of Canva is I don't need to resize only anything. It just comes in the proportion that it's supposed to be. I can do shift. I can shift this image the way I want. I double click on it, and if I want it to be in this angle, I can shift it in this angle. Or if I want to take the later angle of it, I can take the later angle of it. But to me, this angle looks good. So I click on this image and I click on this angle and I set this angle. This is how you upload images on Canva directly from the stock that's available. You just click and you just drag. That's it. That's how you do. You can change various amount of images and check which one is looking good. It's completely on you. Yeah, the ding dong bell is going to ring and we have no clue right now how to switch it off. So let's just bear with that with all our respects, due respects. So yes, that's it. And next is elements. Now elements is nothing but different options which Canva allows us to use. Like you can use a squash, which is a circle. You can use frames, you can use lines, anything. So I like this frame which is there and I've recently used it. So I just click on that and I drag over here. I click on that frame and I drag over here and that frame sets into it. Now this is gone behind. I have to get it in the front. So what I do, I click on position and it comes in the front. Actually, it loaded. It was taking some time to load. But if it goes on the back and if you guys want to get it in the front, you can simply click on the position and do it backward or forward, however you want. And the same alignment will work in the same sense. So you click on that and you do it and you can just drag it over here and resize it. It's very simple to resize to whatever you want. If you want to resize the whole unit, you can, that's also possible to do. So you just resize it and that's it. That's how you add elements. Now there are various shapes, there are various frames, there are various stickers which are in a format of a GIF. There are charts, there are grids, there are gradients, and you name it, the list does not end. But I just clicked on this and I just choose to this. Next is the text. Now, if I'm not happy with this font, which is there over here, there are two options, guys. A, I can change this font, and B, I can just upload a new text from the bank that is there over here and post it over here. So what happens is if I, okay. I just simply have to click on the text. I just delete this wash for now. Okay. So I'll just simply click on the text. I can change the font on the over here on the left hand side from the fonts option. If I want to change, I can change it from here to whichever fonts that are available. It's taking some time to load, but there are various font options. And if I want to not do that, I can simply click on this whole unit, just the way you can see on the screen, and click on delete or backspace and the whole unit will be deleted. And just import, drag and click and import this font over here. I'm repeating, I'll just drag and click and import this font over here. It's taking time to load. Give me a moment, it's taking time to load. Yeah, but it's loaded. Got to see multiple times. Okay, so I'll just delete one thing. Okay. This generally does not work this slow. It's just because of the net. Okay, now I'll just drag this over here and I'll resize it to whatever size it fits into. Now the same thing, I can change the color also. I can change the way also I want to give a slight transition. I can do that. I click on A and I change the color to whatever I want. Say I want it in red or I want it in yellow, which will look much brighter. I can do that. So I can import from this. I can import text from this section and I can change the text and place the text over here. Next is music. If I want to add any music to the creative, it is possible to add from this section, but generally we guys don't add this feature. If I want to embed some videos in the creative, it is possible to do it from the video section. Now here there is no background, but if I want to change the background of this particular whole thing, if I want to change this red color, over here it is showing a red color. I just click on that and I can do it to a slight pinkish color or slight bluish color, whichever color I want or however I want it. I can change that color. Another interesting part is in the similar way, you can change the background also. Background color is not visible right now, but just like Photoshop, like how you have effects of, creating a transparency in the photo, Canva also gives you that option wherein you just click on the picture, you click on this transparency, which is a checks box on the right hand side top. I'm repeating. You click on the picture, you click on the transparency, and you reduce the transparency of a particular image. Now, once you reduce it, you are going to get a translucent blur. It's not a blur effect, but a transparent effect on the image, and you can decide the percentage on the same. So that's exactly how you reduce the transparency and you do it. No, Canva does not has video editing. Canva does not has free version of music. All the music that has been copyrighted and taken by Canva, only that set of music will be available on Canva. Interestingly, Canva, my tomorrow's session is all about Instagram hacks, and Instagram hacks is one of the part of Instagram stories, which I'm going to cover and teach you guys how to beautify your stories, how to create it in a brand perspective. But when you create stories, Instagram does have an option of creating Instagram stories. So as an homework today, I would suggest you guys to go through that feature of Instagram story, to view that feature and see, how that feature works and how you can create different, stories on Instagram using Canva. So either you do it on desktop or you do it on your phone. That's absolutely okay. And if you guys are really into this, I would really appreciate you guys mailing me your stories that you made or little creatives that you have made today on Vinika, on gala.vinika, which I'm sharing on the chat, @gmail.com. So you, gmail.com, sorry, I'll share it again. gala.vinika@gmail.com. So any stories that you create today or any designs that you create today, I really appreciate if you guys would do that. It would be like an honor for me actually assessing that also. Do it on Canva, check it on Canva, and do share it to me on the mail ID. I would really appreciate if you guys do. Now, once you've created a design on Canva, next part is how do you save a particular design? It's very simple. You click on this option of download, and there are options in the format. Okay, once you create a design on Canva, how do you save that particular design? You click on this option of download arrow, which is exactly besides publish to Facebook. You click on it, and there are various formats in which, Canva gives you an option. PNG format, JPG format, PDF format, PDF print format, or the GIF format. I don't want it in the GIF format. Only if you're embedding videos or putting animations, you save it in the GIF format. But to static creatives or to static images, you don't save it in a GIF format. You save it in a normal JPG format. So I click on JPG and I save this in a proper JPG format, and I just download it and I save it in the file to whatever it is. And I save it on the desktop and my image will get saved. I'm not saving it right now. Vrishti has a question. If I want to make a certificate on Canva and send it to somebody, they need to have Canva app or they can open the file. So you create a certificate, you download the file and you mail them the file. And if they have any changes, they can give it to you. They need not have a Canva account. You can download it in the JPG or the PDF format. Also, repeating what I just said, I would appreciate if you guys create some Instagram stories using Canva today, or I'll give you guys one interesting brief. Let me do that. Chalo, let me give you an interesting brief. If Raymond had to come back in the market after the COVID situation, I'm repeating, if Raymond had to come up in the market after the COVID situation right now, how would Raymond do a comeback in the market? In terms of everybody's working from home and nobody wants to invest in blazers or office wear. I'm repeating, everybody is working from home and currently nobody wants to invest in office wear. So if Raymond wants to do a comeback, how would Raymond come back over there? I want you guys to think on this brief and I want you guys to prepare and come up with a creative and mail me the creative on this brief. I am sorry, but I'm not suggesting Instagram. Actually, my Instagram account name is Vinika Gala. You guys can tag me on this session if you like, and also tag MMSTKKF. But the brief is very simple. If Raymond had to come back after the COVID-19 situation, how would it come back in the market? What would be your communication? What would be your designing style? How you would think of giving them a rational reason to actually bring in back sales? All of that. I really want you guys to think over this, create a brief, create a creative. You either use Canva, you use Photoshop, you use Illustrator. I'm open to everything. But create it and mail it to me on gala.vinika. I'll really be appreciative if you guys do that. Okay, I guess Mayuri is back. So she is going to continue the session. Mayuri, are you there? Mayuri? Yeah, she's there. Yeah, she can start with Photoshop. Mayuri, go ahead. Unmute yourself and start. Yes, I'll put it on WhatsApp also. Mayuri, can you start? Guys, I would appreciate you sending creators on WhatsApp group. So other people also, guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? I would appreciate everybody sending it on the WhatsApp group only, the creators. So it inspires everybody to share their creators and share their thoughts and share everything. Please don't send it on my email address. Please send it on the WhatsApp group. So it's inspirational for one another to make it and to share it. Mayuri, can't hear you. Start the session.
Hello, sorry for interrupt you. ओके, हमने फोटोशॉप में कल देखा था शेप्स है, टूल्स है और टेक्स्ट देखा था। वैसे ही हमें आगे अभी फोटोशॉप में आप देख सकते हो विनिका ने आपको बहुत सारे क्रिएटिव्स दिखाए। अगर वो क्रिएटिव्स के प्रिंसिपल्स आपको ये इसमें क्या क्या दिख रहा है? कैन यू पीपल शेयर मी? इसमें आपको कौन से प्रिंसिपल्स दिख रहे हैं?
Shape, color.
यस, कलर इज द बेसिक वन। तो अब कलर को छोड़ के आप यहाँ पे क्या क्या देख सकते हो कि वो प्रिंसिपल्स में से यहाँ पे क्या क्या यूज किया हुआ है? वेरी गुड। शेप्स है, टेक्स्ट है, टाइपोग्राफी यूज किया हुआ है। कूल। तो हमें यही इमेज को, जैसे हमने कल शेप्स देखे थे, टेक्स्ट देखा था, टाइपोग्राफी देखा था, वैसे ही हमें फोटोशॉप में आज ये क्रिएटिव ट्राई करना है कि हम कैसे सिंपली इसे क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। फोटोशॉप इज वेरी यूज एंड वेरी सिंपल। तो प्लीज गाइज आप इतना कंफ्यूज मत हो कि फोटोशॉप मेरा डाउनलोड नहीं हुआ है, कि वो मैं कैसे प्रैक्टिस करूं। जिसके पास भी अभी अवेलेबल है फोटोशॉप, प्लीज ऑन करो फोटोशॉप। सबने फोटोशॉप ऑन किया है? ओके, नो वरी, किसी के पास अगर फोटोशॉप नहीं भी है इट्स ओके। आप खाली फोटोशॉप जो मैं करा रही हूँ आपने नोट डाउन किया तो भी चलेगा अभी। और जिसके पास फोटोशॉप है वो प्लीज ऑन करो। विंडोज में जाके वर्कस्पेस में जाके डिफॉल्ट वर्कस्पेस करो, तो होपली हम सब एक ही स्क्रीन पे आएंगे। सबको फोटोशॉप का स्क्रीन दिख रहा है?
Guys, can you see Photoshop? Guys, can you see Photoshop? Okay, cool. Mayuri, go ahead. Okay, wait, you're on mute. Wait. Yeah, Mayuri, go ahead. Can't hear you, Mayuri. Go ahead. Volume is on.
Nika, we can't see. We can
Hello?
see PPT. We cannot hear you, Mayuri.
Guys, just mute yourselves and you then can be able to listen to
Okay.
Mayuri. All of y'all, please mute yourselves. Mayuri, now can you try speaking? Hare. કયું ચાલ બોલ હજી હવે આવશે બોલ હા એને કોન્સર્ટ હા હા mute now.
ओके, तो यहाँ पे आपको विंडोज दिखेगा। विंडोज में जाके वर्क स्पेस में जाना है आपको, और डिफॉल्ट वर्क स्पेस में जाके हम सब एक ही स्क्रीन पे आएंगे। ओके, अभी हमें वो क्रिएटिव बनाने के लिए हमें कैनवस लेना पड़ेगा। तो हमें वो कैनवस के लिए फाइल में जाके न्यू में जाके यहाँ पे आपको दिखेगा हाइट विड्थ। ओके, तो वहां पे सेम हमें ये डिफॉल्ट साइज है
Mayuri,
800
there is
by
a
800।
green.
अब
Mayuri, there is a gray patch on the screen. Can you see? Can you reshare your screen?
now it's okay.
Yeah. Just go on a Photoshop whenever you go because it's showing patches.
I am on Photoshop page. Everybody can see the Photoshop page.
No, we can't see Photoshop. No, we can't see Photoshop. Reshare your screen. Your screen is stuck at that creative only, Mayuri. You have to reshare.
Okay,
Yeah, now we
everybody,
can see Photoshop. Yes,
yeah, everybody in same page.
yes, yes. Go
Okay,
ahead.
आपको जहाँ पे फोटोशॉप दिख रहा है, आपको यहाँ पे विंडोज में जाना है। विंडोज में जाके डिफॉल्ट वर्कस्पेस में जाके डिफॉल्ट वर्कस्पेस करना है, तो आप सब एक सेम पेज पे आ जाओगे। ओके, वहां पे जाके फाइल में जाके आपको न्यू कैनवस लेना है। दिस इज द विड्थ एंड हाइट जो डिफॉल्ट रहते हैं 800 बाय 800। आप जैसे जैसे गूगल पे सर्च करोगे या फिर आपके साइज के डिपेंड्स, क्रिएटिव के डिपेंड्स अपॉन आप हाइट और साइज एडजस्ट कर सकते हो। मैंने यहाँ पे 800 बाय 800 लिया है। ओके, सो आप देख सकते हो दिस इज द इमेज। हमें ये क्रिएटिव के हिसाब से जो हमने क्रिएटिव देखा था, अब यहाँ हमें ये प्लेट कट करना है। ओके, तो हमें पेन टूल लगेगा, तो आपको पी प्रेस करना है। आप पी प्रेस करोगे तो आपके पास आपको ये पेन दिखेगा, पेन शेप का एक पेन टूल दिखेगा। ओके, सब मेरे साथ हो। पेन टूल
Guys,
से आप
okay, so, Mayuri, just repeat what you said again. They will catch up.
ओके एवरीवन, हमें
How to
कैनवस
add
पे
image?
या हमें कैनवस पे जाना है। कैनवस पे जाके हमें गूगल में जाके एक फूड का इमेज लेना है, टॉप व्यू में हो वो। ओके, ये एक इमेज है फूड का, हमें वो कट करना है। सो पेन टूल लेना है, हमें पी प्रेस करना है। आप पी से सिलेक्शन करके कट कर सकते हो। आप कोई भी इमेज कट कर सकते हो, कोई भी फोटो कट कर सकते हो, या फिर आपको शेप क्रिएट करना है तो भी आप ये पेन टूल यूज कर सकते हो। तो आप पेन, आपको ऐसा शेप दिखेगा पेन के जैसा, पेन टूल। ओके, आपको पी प्रेस करना है और यहाँ पे अगर आप जाओगे ऊपर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे, तो यहाँ पे छोटे से दो स्क्वायर दिखेंगे, एक फिल किया हुआ स्क्वायर है और एक लाइन आउटलाइन है। हमें वो लाइन आउटलाइन पे क्लिक करना है, तो आपको पेन टूल मिलेगा। आपको पॉइंटर्स सिलेक्ट करने हैं कि आपको ये सर्कल में कट करना है, तो यू हैव टू मूव दिस टूल। आपको जो शेप में चाहिए वो शेप में शेप लेना है। आपको अल्ट प्रेस करना है फॉर दिस, ये लाइन आपको हटाने के लिए। आपको पेन टूल से सिलेक्शन देना है। आपको छोटे छोटे नोट्स लेने हैं। वो नोट्स के हिसाब से आपको पेन टूल को मूव करना है। आप जैसे जैसे मूव करते जाओगे पेन टूल को, वो कट होता जाएगा, शेप लेता जाएगा। फिलहाल हम सिंपली एक सर्कल को कट कर रहे हैं। आपको यहाँ पे ज्वाइन कर देना है पेन टूल को और कंट्रोल एंटर प्रेस करना है। ओके गाइस, दिस इज वेरी इजी। आपको पेन टूल पे पी प्रेस करना है। फोटोशॉप पे पी प्रेस करोगे तो आपको पेन टूल मिलेगा, या फिर आपको लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे जाके आपको पेन का आइकन दिखेगा, वो क्लिक
Okay,
करना है।
Mayuri, just again show them how did you add the image.
या आई एम शोइंग अगेन देयर। सो आपको पेन टूल सिलेक्ट किया आप सबने।
No, for sure. How did you add the image? Then go to the pen tool. Just show
Sorry?
how did you add. Just show how did you add this image.
Okay. So people, you have to go. Okay, you have to go in Google. You have to type foot top image. Okay, आप कहीं से भी फ्री इमेजेस ले सकते हो। अगर मैंने ये इमेज सिलेक्ट किया तो यहाँ से आपको कॉपी करना है और फोटोशॉप में जाना है। ओके, आपने गूगल से इमेज सिलेक्ट किया, उसको कॉपी किया और फोटोशॉप में आए। वहां पे जाके आपको इमेज पेस्ट करना है। कंट्रोल वी करके आपको इमेज पेस्ट करना है। तो आप देख सकते हो आपने यहाँ पे गूगल इमेज ले लिया है। ओके, सबको समझ रहा है? आप कहीं पे भी स्टक होते हो तो प्लीज टेक्स्ट करो। आपको गूगल में जाके कोई भी इमेज अगर आप डाउनलोड भी करते हो तो आपके डाउनलोड्स फाइल में आ जाएगा, और वही डाउनलोड्स फाइल में आके आपको ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप भी कर सकते हो इमेज। आपने अगर ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप भी किया तो आपको वही इमेज कैनवस पे मिलेगा। और यहाँ पे कंट्रोल सी करके कंट्रोल वी करके आपको पेस्ट करना है इमेज। ओके, हम आगे बढ़ते हैं पेन टूल की ओर। सो एवरीवन प्लीज प्रेस पी ऑन योर कीबोर्ड। एवरीवन प्लीज प्रेस पी। तो आप पी प्रेस करोगे तो आपको पेन टूल मिलेगा। ओके, अगर आपको ये आइकन नहीं दिख रहा है तो आपका कैप्स लॉक ऑन रहेगा। तो कैप्स लॉक ऑन रहेगा तो आपको ऐसा प्लस वाला साइन दिखेगा। तो प्लीज आपके कैप्स लॉक ऑफ कर दो, तो आपको पेन का साइन दिखेगा। ओके, तो सेम आपको ये जो बोल है उसको कट करना है। तो आप कट कैसे करोगे? तो आपको पेन टूल से प्रेस करके नोट्स लेने हैं। आप सेकंड नोट्स लोगे तो आपको मूव करना है वो शेप के अराउंड। आप जैसे जैसे नोट्स लेते रहोगे आपको शेप के अराउंड मूव करते रहना है टूल। प्लीज पीपल, आप कोई भी एक छोटा इमेज ले लो या फिर कोई भी सिंपल इमेज ले लो कि आपको खाली पेन टूल समझे। तो आप छोटा कोई भी थंबनेल ले लो या फिर कोई लीफ ले लो, उसको खाली कॉपी पेस्ट करके फोटोशॉप में लाके खाली कट पेस्ट करना ट्राई करो और कंट्रोल एंटर करना है आपको। कंट्रोल एंटर करोगे तो आपको दिख रहा है वो थोड़ा जिकी जिकी लाइन दिखेगा। कंट्रोल टी हम यूज नहीं कर रहे अभी, कंट्रोल एंटर यूज करना है। और हमें कभी भी डुप्लीकेट करना होता है या फिर हमें कभी भी उसका और एक इमेज चाहिए रहता है तो हम कंट्रोल जे करते हैं। तो आपको लेयर के साइड में आप अगर चेक करोगे यहाँ पे तो आपको इसका डुप्लीकेट मिलेगा। आप देख सकते हो राइट हैंड साइड पे। तो ये इमेज आपका कट हो चुका है और मूव कर सकते हो आप यहाँ से। ओके, तो सेम अब हम यहाँ पे स्क्वायर लेंगे, जो हमने आपको बताया था कि स्क्वायर, रेक्टेंगल, राउंडेड रेक्टेंगल और बहुत सारे आपको यहाँ पे शेप मिलेंगे। हमें स्क्वायर लेना है। आपका स्क्वायर बहुत लाइन वाला आएगा बिकॉज आपने पेन टूल यूज किया था। तो यहाँ पे आप अगर
Mayuri, your voice is gone.
now everyone can hear me?
Yeah.
ओके, तो आपको यहाँ पे बाजू में जाके पाथ पे से अनलॉक करके बाजू में स्क्वायर में सिलेक्ट करना है। तो आपको आपका स्क्वायर ओके, तो आपको स्क्वायर फील करना है। मैंने आपको बस बताया था, अगर आप राइट साइड में आपके लेयर्स पे डबल क्लिक करोगे तो आपको बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस आते हैं। आपको उसमें कलर ओवरले करना है तो आपके लेयर का कलर चेंज होगा। यहाँ पे बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं। यहाँ पे आपको स्ट्रोक्स है, ड्रॉप शैडोज है, हम वो धीरे धीरे देखेंगे। बट यहाँ पे कलर ओवरले है तो आपको यहाँ पे कलर सिलेक्ट करना है। अब जैसे आपका कलर सिलेक्ट करोगे तो यहाँ पे कलर सिलेक्ट हो जाएगा। ओके, अभी ये इमेज को हमें कन्वर्ट टू स्मार्ट ऑब्जेक्ट करना है। आपको राइट साइड में लेयर पे जाके डबल क्लिक करना है तो ये कन्वर्ट टू स्मार्ट ऑब्जेक्ट हो जाएगा। तो यहाँ पे कन्वर्ट टू स्मार्ट ऑब्जेक्ट होने के बाद राइट साइड पे आप देखोगे स्क्वायर के अंदर छोटा सा लेफ्ट राइट कॉर्नर पे छोटा सा स्क्वायर आता है। दिस इज द कन्वर्ट टू स्मार्ट ऑब्जेक्ट टूल। ओके, तो यहाँ पे आप कितना भी आपका इमेज खींचोगे या फिर छोटा करोगे तो वो रास्टराइज नहीं होगा, वो पिक्सेलेट नहीं होगा। ओके, तो हमें इसको भी हाफ में डिवाइड करना है। तो आपको M प्रेस करना है। यहाँ पे आप अगर जाओगे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड के आपको टूल सेक्शन में मर्क्यूरी टूल है जहाँ पे आपको सिलेक्शन मिलता है M टूल से। तो आपको यहाँ पे हाफ डिवाइड करना है आपका क्रिएटिव, और यहाँ पे लेयर पे जाओगे तो आपको इसमें करना है मास्किंग। अगर आप मास्किंग कर जाओगे तो आपका हाफ प्लेट आपके पास मिलेगा और हाफ प्लेट मास्क हो जाएगा। तो स्क्वायर की बाजू में और एक छोटा स्क्वायर आएगा। ओके गाइस, द पेन टूल इज वेरी इजी। आपको एक टाइम में कोई भी टूल नहीं समझने वाले हैं, तो प्लीज आप जब भी यूज करोगे उसका, जब भी आपको समझेगा, आप 2-3 बार देखोगे, वो यूज करोगे तो ही समझेगा। तो प्लीज जो मैं सिखा रही हूँ आप एक बार ट्राई करते रहो। अगर आपको क्वेरीज है तो मैं आपको एंड में वापस सॉल्व कराऊंगी। बट पेन टूल आपको नोट्स लेने हैं, सिंगल सिंगल नोट्स लेते जाओगे आप तो वैसे वैसे आपको वो शेप क्रिएट करता जाएगा। सो ये आपका हाफ प्लेट को हम कन्वर्ट टू स्मार्ट ऑब्जेक्ट करते हैं। और अगर हमें इनमें ड्रॉप शैडो देना है तो वही हमें डबल क्लिक करना है उसके ऊपर। आप यहाँ पे देखोगे बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस है लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे, वहां पे ड्रॉप शैडो है। ओके, तो यहाँ पे जो ये ड्रॉप शैडो है आपको लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से शैडो देना है। तो यहाँ पे आप ड्रॉप शैडो में बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं यहाँ पे। तो एंगल आपको सिलेक्ट करना है पहले, तो आपको कौन से एंगल में आपको शैडो देना है। सो आप जो डिस्टेंस है, स्प्रेड है, साइज है, आप जैसे एडजस्ट करोगे तो आपको यहाँ पे समझेगा कि शैडो आगे पीछे होगा तो आपको पता चलेगा कि आपको कौन से साइड पे शैडो चाहिए। कोई भी इमेज को शैडो देने के लिए हम ये यूज कर सकते हैं। दिस इज अ बेसिक शैडो, हमें ज्यादा मैन्युअली काम नहीं करना पड़ता है। आपको खाली ये नोड्स अरेंज करने हैं, सिलेक्ट करने हैं और कलर सिलेक्ट करना है। आपका जो बैकग्राउंड कलर होता है उसका ही डार्क टोन हमें लेना है। सो आप देख सकते हो कि एक हल्का सा शैडो आया है। ओके, हमने प्लेट हाफ कैसे किया? तो हमने पहले एक हमने if suppose this is the plate, okay, please pay attention for this. अगर ये प्लेट है, आपको M टूल, आपको कीबोर्ड पे M प्रेस करना है, और अगर आप लेफ्ट साइड पे जाओगे तो मर्क्यूरी टूल है सेकंड टूल, आपको वो सिलेक्ट करना है। आपको वो आपका प्लेट हाफ सिलेक्ट करना है, और आप अगर राइट साइड पे लेयर पे जाओगे तो आपको यहाँ पे मिलेगा मास्किंग टूल, जो स्क्वायर के अंदर हल्का सा छोटा स्क्वायर है। ओके, अगर वो आप वहां पे क्लिक करोगे तो आपका प्लेट हाफ हो जाएगा। आपको मास्क करना है आपके टूल को। ओके, सो लेट्स गो विथ द शैडो। आपने यहाँ पे शैडो दिया, अभी हमें लिखना है यहाँ पे टेक्स्ट। आपको P प्रेस करना है, आपको टेक्स्ट के लिए यहाँ पे पाथ लगेगा। तो सेम आपको लेफ्ट साइड ऊपर जाके पाथ सिलेक्ट करना है। आपको लेफ्ट साइड ऊपर जाके देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पे पाथ है। ओके, वो पाथ सिलेक्ट करना है। अभी हम यहाँ पे एक पाथ सिलेक्ट करेंगे, टेक्स्ट T प्रेस करना है टेक्स्ट के लिए, और वो पाथ के ऊपर हमें प्रेस करना है। तो आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पे हमारा सिलेक्शन हो चुका है। आपको कैरेक्टर टूल्स में जाके उसका फॉन्ट साइज बढ़ाना है। आपको फॉन्ट साइज बढ़ाना है। आपको फॉन्ट साइज आपके क्रिएटिव के हिसाब से एडजस्ट करना है। कंट्रोल T करके आपको आपका पाथ एडजस्ट करना है। ओके, कैन यू सी? ये फॉन्ट आपको सिलेक्ट करना है, पाथ सिलेक्ट करना है। मैं वापस आपको एक बार बताती हूँ कि फॉन्ट कैसे बनाने हैं, यहाँ पे पाथ कैसे सिलेक्ट करना है। ओके, अगेन P प्रेस करना है, आपको पाथ सिलेक्ट करना है। यहाँ पे आपने एक कर्व लाइन लिया, वही आपको P प्रेस किया हुआ आपको एक पाथ दिखेगा, वो पाथ के ऊपर आपको T प्रेस करना है, तो ये T जैसा आइकन आ जाएगा आपके यहाँ। आपको वहां पे सिलेक्ट करना है, तो आपको ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ पे टेक्स्ट का लाइन दिखेगा, वहां पे आपको टाइप करना है।
Mayuri, just repeat this again. No, the text and the thing that you just showed, pen tool.
सॉरी,
Just repeat this again. No, the pen tool and the T thing that you just showed.
okay. So I am again repeating the path and the text tool. हमें आप सेम स्क्रीन पे हो, ओके, आपको कीबोर्ड पे P प्रेस करोगे तो आपको पेन टूल मिलेगा। अगर आप ऊपर जा रहे हो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे, तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे आपको शेप लेयर दिखेगा छोटे से बॉक्स पे, और एक पाथ दिखेगा। आपको पाथ सिलेक्ट करना है वहां पे। आपने अगर वो पाथ सिलेक्ट किया तो आपको पेन टूल से एक शेप क्रिएट करना है। आपको कैसा पाथ चाहिए? आपको सर्कुलर पाथ चाहिए? आपको जिगजैग पाथ चाहिए? कैसा? यहाँ पे अगर मैं आपको बताऊं तो यहाँ पे मैंने ये सर्कुलर पाथ लिया। ओके, अभी ये सर्कुलर पाथ मिला, सबने P से प्रेस करके सर्कुलर पाथ क्रिएट किया, yes or no? फिर हमें यहाँ पे T प्रेस करना है। अगर आपको T यहाँ पे एक स्क्वायर आइकन आएगा, वहां पे आपको क्लिक करना है, तो आपके पाथ सिलेक्ट हो जाएगा। ओके, मैं एक सिंपल वे और एक दिखाती हूँ कि आपको कैसे समझेगा। आपको सर्कल टूल लेना है। आपने सर्कल टूल लिया, एक सर्कल प्रेस करो, सर्कल बना के वहां पे आपको पाथ मिलेगा, वहां पे आपको टाइप करना है सिंपली। नाउ इट्स अंडरस्टैंड।
Guys, are you
आपको
getting
खाली
this
सर्कल्स
part? Just type for the part and the text part that she showed if you've understood. Yes.
ओके। सो आपको
Okay.
सर्कल या
Guys,
फिर
only
आपको
one person. Okay, continue, Mayuri.
ओके, नो वरीज। अगर आपको पाथ नहीं समझ रहा है तो आपको खाली कोई भी शेप लेके आप शेप के थ्रू भी टाइप कर सकते हो। जैसे मैंने सर्कल लेके यहाँ पे पाथ पे टाइप किया है, तो यहाँ पे आपको टाइप करना है। सेम हमने ये जो सब टाइप किया है, हमें खाली वो अरेंज करना है अपने सर्कल के हिसाब से। अभी हमें सर्कल की आउटलाइंस के हिसाब से हमें ये प्लेस करने हैं। तो आप अगर देखोगे तो आपको यहाँ पे ये टेक्स्ट खाली अरेंज करना है। आपको कंट्रोल जे करके डुप्लीकेट करना है, तो आपको ये सेम टेक्स्ट नीचे मिल जाएगा। ओके, हमें खाली ये प्लेस करना है।
Mayuri, just 1 minute.
या
Can the participants put on the chat box whether you all are understanding the Photoshop instructions? Please take a second and please respond.
yes people, Photoshop is little bit difficult for you, but आपको अगर एक बार टूल समझ रहे हैं, आपको खाली ये समझना है कि टूल ये क्या काम करता है। अगर आपको समझ रहा है कि ये टूल क्या काम कर रहा है तो आपको इजी हो जाएगा। खाली अंडरस्टूड करो टूल क्या क्या कर सकता है, ये इसके टूल्स के पावर्स क्या है।
Do you all think it is important for you all to practice?
Yes, it is very important to practice.
I'm asking the participants. Please put it on the chat if you really think that your practice is also important.
Okay, guys, so we can give a handbook kind of a thing, which in which we can give you steps what we have just shown, so that I'm saying we can give a handbook kind of a thing, which is possible where we step down each and every step. So we can share that on the chat by tomorrow or by tonight, and you guys can follow and practice exactly what she's been saying.
So that is the reason why I'm taking the feedback, because you all need to communicate exactly what you all want. From what I have understood, most of you all are understanding the different steps that are being taught. Where is Mayuri?
I think she had a net glitch. Okay, no worries. I'll
Mayuri, I
communicate.
think is got disconnected.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I think is that you all do understand all that she's taught so far, and it is definitely so that you also accept that you all need to practice. But what is very, very important is that you take down the steps. And of course, as Mayuri and Vinika have said, that they will share the steps with you. And after you need to practice on the next day. Because if you don't try it out, you won't know where you are requiring help. So along with just learning it, keep some time, dedicated time to practice between the two sessions. Yeah, Vinika, you can take over. I don't know where Mayuri is.
Yeah, so guys, till now, whatever steps we've shown, we were almost at the end of it. So Mayuri's come
Yeah,
back,
Mayuri
and
is come back.
yeah, so we are almost end at it. So she will revise all the steps back, and she will give you a handbook. We will share it on the group by tomorrow or tonight. But I really appreciate if you guys first see the screen, write it down, then go home back and practice. If you guys have any doubts, any queries, Photoshop won't be taken tomorrow. We are here to solve your doubts and queries. We shall definitely address that, and we'll solve that. But Mayuri has something more to say, and she has to complete the session. So just give us 5 minutes or 10 minutes and just see what she has to complete, and then we can end the session. Mayuri, take over and start. Share your screen, Mayuri.
Yeah, Mayuri, you can complete your last part.
So pen tool also, guys, needs practice. Pen tool is little difficult. There is an option of pen tool which is known as the magic lasso tool, through which also you guys can do selection. It's the third tool in Photoshop. So you guys can try either pen tool, or you guys can try either magic lasso tool. Try whichever tool you're comfortable with at a first hand go, and try using that tool. Guys, am I audible? Okay. No, because nobody's camera is on and I am not understanding if you guys understand. So magic lasso tool is also one. You guys can log on to that also. It's the third tool in the Photoshop toolbar. You guys can try that using it with a selection, post which you can switch on to this also. I'll ask her to show you all the pen tool again. Let her come back. Just give us 2 minutes. Yeah, Mayuri,
There is one more
yourself.
question on the chat. Where can we find path that she used in to type the text in the circle?
Yeah, we'll address that also. Mayuri, please share your screen. Mayuri, so the pen tool, just show it once again and just show that text path how you did it. Just show these two things first and then go ahead. Mayuri, just share your screen and unmute. Yeah, she's sharing her screen. Yeah. So first, Mayuri, just show the pen tool again and then this text tool again, and we'll go ahead with that. Mayuri can't hear you. The host will have to unmute her. Mayuri, can you speak now?
Yeah. Everyone
Okay.
listen to me. Okay. You have to go in P. You have to press the P and you have to go left hand side upper. आप यहाँ पे देखोगे दो छोटे स्क्वायर दिख रहे हैं यहाँ पे. आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे.
Yes.
तो यहाँ पे दो छोटे स्क्वायर है. एक है शेप लेयर और एक है पाथ. आपको यहाँ पे पाथ पे क्लिक करना है तो आप
Mayuri, you're mute again, can't hear you.
now.
Yeah, can hear you. Sorry, repeat. Sorry.
So you have to go up and side, left hand side पे ऊपर दो स्क्वायर है, वहाँ पे एक शेप है और एक पाथ है. वहाँ पे आपको यहाँ पे जो फिल किया हुआ आएगा एक शेप और यहाँ पे लाइंस दिखेंगे. आपको वो लाइंस क्लिक करने हैं. तो आप यहाँ पे देखोगे कि आपको यहाँ पे छोटे छोटे लाइंस मिलेंगे, पाथ मिलेगा. कैन यू सी दिस पाथ? और सबको मिला पाथ?
And people just write down for now what steps she's saying so you guys can practice it later today in the evening.
या
Go ahead.
इफ आपको बहुत डिफिकल्ट जा रहा है पाथ ढूंढने में तो आप ये कर सकते हो. आई विल अगेन शेयर दैट इमेज विथ यू जहाँ पे हमको ये इमेज मिला था. ओके जैसे विनिका ने बोला आप मैजिक टूल से भी कर सकते हो. तो यहाँ पे आपको मैजिक टूल है लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे. आप अगर जाओगे तो आपको फोर्थ टूल मिलेगा, मैजिक वॉन्ड टूल. बट यहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीजें हैं तो वो सिलेक्ट करने में प्रॉब्लम होगा. तो आपको जो व्हाइट स्पेस है वहां पे क्लिक करना है. तो आप देखोगे कि यहाँ पे व्हाइट जितना भी पार्ट था वो सिलेक्ट हुआ है. ओके अगर वो आप डिलीट करोगे तो see you can see the deleted part. Okay this is the magic wand tool. आपको खाली आपके सिलेक्ट करना है व्हाइट एरियाज और डिलीट करना है. सिंपल. everyone please write it's simple or not. You can do it or not.
Guys, she just introduced the magic wand tool,
No.
which is similar to the pen tool, slightly different. So yes, you guys practice this, make a note of it and practice it at home. You guys will definitely get your hands on it.
Yeah. आपको खाली मैजिक वॉन्ड टूल से क्विक सिलेक्शन या फिर मैजिक वॉन्ड सिलेक्ट करना है. वो व्हाइट स्पेस के ऊपर क्लिक करना है. तो आप देखोगे कि सिलेक्शन मिलेगा आपको. अगर वही डिलीट करोगे तो वो डिलीट हो जाएगा. ओके मेनी पीपल से यस.
No.
ओके तो you have to practice this. आपको एक ही टाइम में नहीं आएगा.
Okay. Mayuri, go ahead and show that text.
Okay. Now you can see this path. Okay. हमें path कैसे लेना है मैंने explain किया. I will show you again. You have to press P. You have to go left hand corner पे फाइल के नीचे. There are two squares. वहाँ पे आपको path को select करना है. सेकेंड स्क्वायर को आप select करोगे तो आपको यहाँ पे path मिलेगा. ओके तो आपको ये path create करना है. ये लाइन क्रिएट होने के बाद आपको टी प्रेस करना है. अब जैसे ही टी प्रेस करोगे तो आपको ये छोटा सा स्क्वायर दिखेगा. आपको वो स्क्वायर को उसके ऊपर लाना है और क्लिक करना है। सब मेरे साथ है? सबको समझ रहा है? यस और नो?
Guys, please respond. Yes.
Okay, got it finally. Good.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Continue, Mayuri.
Yes. So now you have to type. अब कुछ भी टाइप करो तो आपको जो आपने जो लाइन क्रिएट किया है वो मूव पे जाएगा, वो स्लोप पे वो मूव होगा। तो आप देख सकते हो कि मैंने थोड़ा कर्वी लाइन लिया है तो वो मेरे फॉन्ट्स भी कर्व हो रहे हैं। तो इट्स जस्ट सिंपल एज दैट। आपको अब अगर मैंने यहाँ पे बड़ा कर्व लिया तो भी अगर मैं ये कर्व के ऊपर भी मेरा टेक्स्ट डालूंगी तो इट्स वेरी फिनोमिनल कि ये यहाँ पे भी वही लेगा। आप देख सकते हो मेरा टेक्स्ट ये ऊपर नीचे जा रहा है।
Yeah.
आपको ट्राई ही करना पड़ेगा। आप ट्राई करने के बिना आपको नहीं जमेगा। यू हैव टू ट्राई। दिस इज अ
क्योंकि मैं टीचर को बताती हूँ कि अभी किया है तो 45 को तो
I request all of you all to please mute yourselves and just write on the chat because it will get easier for us to teach them. Yeah, please a small request.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mayuri.
ओके एवरीवन, आपको पेन टूल समझा?
Yeah, they got that transition and they got that pen tool. Now just complete that last part of yours. Just complete that last part, guys. It's just 5 minutes and then we get, because tomorrow we won't be continuing with Photoshop.
यस। आपके लेयर में जाके आपको ओके, दिस इज अ वेरी रफ। ओके, आपको खाली आपके टेक्स्ट को अलाइन करना है फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल। आप लेटर ऑन आपके शेप के हिसाब से, सर्कल के हिसाब से आपको वो कर्व सिलेक्ट करना है। सेम हमें अभी यहाँ पे वो लाइंस देने हैं। ओके, तो आप वो लाइन भी यहाँ पे क्रिएट कर सकते हो। आपको अगेन वो पाथ की जगह शेप सिलेक्ट करना है, वो भी पेन टूल से होगा। तो यू हैव टू गाइस make these lines also here. आप देख सकते हो दिस लाइन। आपको पेन टूल से ही सिलेक्ट करना है। लाइंस क्रिएट करने हैं और अगर वो भी नहीं हो रहा है तो आपको एक सर्कल लेना है। सर्कल क्रिएट करना है तो आपको वो फील हो जाएगा और उसको स्ट्रोक देना है। आप डबल क्लिक करोगे तो यहाँ पे स्ट्रोक आएगा। आपको वही सिलेक्ट करना है, स्ट्रोक्स। Okay guys, you have to try this pen tool. सबको समझ रहा है कैसे लाइंस ड्रॉ करने हैं?
Just show it for the last time and then you can continue. Just show it for the one last time.
You have
What
to
the way you
go
created
P.
an eye. Guys, just write down the steps what she's saying.
आपको P प्रेस करना है और यहाँ पे ऊपर जाके आपको शेप क्रिएट करना है। पाथ करोगे तो पाथ में क्रिएट नहीं होगा वो लाइंस। ओके, शेप क्रिएट किया, वही सेम आपको शेप बनाना है यहाँ पे। ओके, और कंट्रोल टी करके आप उसको बड़ा कर सकते हो। यू हैव टू एडजस्ट अराउंड योर क्रिएटिव। Everyone understand? सर्कल पार्ट इज वेरी लिटिल बिट लेंदी, तो वो थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग हो जाएगा आपके लिए, बट दिस इज द पेन टूल पार्ट इज वेरी इजी फॉर दिस, so you have to practice this only. Vinika is done.
It's done. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, make a step of it, make a note of it. We will share the handbook step by step as what she is conducted. We will put it in the handbook with the screenshot, so that will be shared to you by tomorrow on WhatsApp. But for then, till the evening, whatever brief we've given, please practice that on Photoshop. Try implying that on Photoshop. You guys can try Canva, but I suggest, since you have learned Photoshop with so much of patience, please do it on that. Hope today's session was really good. You guys learned new things, new insights. Tomorrow is all going to be about Instagram. So get your phones charged. Make sure the battery is full, and make sure there is some space in your phone to download exciting apps to learn exciting things on Instagram. So tomorrow we will be doing that, and day after tomorrow I'll let you know what is the session all about. Yes, thank you guys for bearing with Mayuri and me today, and thank you for being so patient and such a lovely audience for actually making it fruitful to what we wanted to achieve. Thank you so much. Ilan, you wish to say something? Okay, if you guys have any questions, you guys can ask us. We will answer that for sure in last 2 minutes, and then we answer because a lot of people have commitments. Please go ahead with your questions. Please put it on the chat. We will answer. Guys, any questions? Please ask. We shall answer it. Okay. So image editing, we shall share it in the handbook, how you do it, a basic image editing on Photoshop. But yes, that we will do. So email marketing is after 2 days, Rahul. You can see the schedule which is shared with you. So what is the difference between RGB and CMYK? RGB is nothing but it's mainly used for digital print, and CMYK is majorly used when you have to give a file for print. So CMYK full form is Angel, cyan, magenta, cyan, yellow, magenta, black, and you use it majorly for print. Whenever you have to give a file for printing in a brochure or a catalog, you save it in the CMYK format. Okay, Bhumika, I have missed your question. Sorry for that. But can we make curvy lines exactly shown in the PPT? Yes, you can make that. Mayuri, can you address that?
Yeah, we can make also. You have to make a curvy line like this only. हमने जैसे फोटोशॉप पे भी यस विनिका
No, go ahead. Sorry.
हमने जैसे फोटोशॉप पे सेम लाइंस बनाए वैसे ही हम यहाँ पे सेम वैसे भी बना सकते हैं, सो इट्स नॉट सो डिफिकल्ट. सेम हमें पेन टूल से ही क्रिएट करने हैं लाइंस. सेम अगर आप छोटे अमाउंट्स पे कर्व लोगे तो वो सेम लाइंस होंगे. तो कैन यू सी हियर, दिस इज द सिंपल, बस आपको क्रिएट करने हैं लाइंस. It's take too long process, that's why I didn't make that line.
Yeah, it's just simple, guys. If you click on that one step of pen tool and make it a curve.
Yes, you have to make very simple curves. But it took too much practice.
Yeah, that will just need practice. So yeah. Okay, there's another question, Mayuri. What size and resolution are proper for creating posters to share on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook?
WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook is a 800 by 800 is enough for any creative, and the resolution is a 72. 72 is max. आपको इससे ज्यादा अगर लोगे तो आपका फाइल बहुत हेवी हो जाएगा. 72 is a very यूनिक एंड सब क्रिएटिव्स में चल जाएगा आपके रेजोल्यूशन के हिसाब से.
Great. Okay, glad you guys have come up with so many questions and so many things. Can't wait to guys see you guys tomorrow, all of you all. Bye. Have a lovely evening. It was great taking a session.
Thank you
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you.